what you came here for. So let's dive back into again, just we covered how to breathe the right way in the context of music. And when we were trying to do that fry warm up, I actually heard a little bit of the false chord. Like your body naturally wants to do the false chord, and
Okay.
everyone has a different relationship with their voice. Some people might prefer to do the false chord over the fry. It might be easier. Their body might prefer one over the other, and that's normal. That's totally fine. It is harder to learn, but it looks like your body just naturally wants to go to the false chord technique. So let's try and play around
Oh,
with that and see where we're
okay.
at, um, and kind of like put some intention behind what we're doing, kind of dial it in
Okay.
more and put on our microscope. So we learned how to breathe the right way, and breathing the right way just is, making sure that when we breathe, we're inflating our belly button outward, and when we let air out, we put our teeth together, make an S, tss, that we
Yeah.
recreate that same feeling, that same sensation, that same amount of airflow, that same amount of effort whenever we scream. So me going like this tss, is the same amount of effort that I'm using when I go like this. Yeah, this is my fry scream. Or when I do the false chord scream, yeah, this is my false chord scream. When I do that too. So it's the same amount of effort in both. So now that we kind of
Okay.
figure out the very, very basic of what we need to do, which is breathing the right way, let's dive into just playing around with making sounds, making the false chord sound, but
Yep.
isolated. So when you were doing the fry exercise, I heard the false chord a bit. And if you want to really dial that in, if you want to be able to recreate it whenever we like, um, instantaneously, all we have to do, you just have to sigh, or make a caveman sound, whatever is easier for you. So when we sigh, we notice that when we sigh, we feel this kind of like heavy vibration sensation in our throat.
Okay.
And when we put our fingertips in the middle of our chest, we can actually really lock into that sensation. We can lock into that sound. So when I sigh, I can actually feel my fingertips vibrate. And that's the false chord being engaged. When we do that, that's the false chord being engaged. Or if you want to make caveman sounds like this, we feel the same vibrations in the same exact spot as we do in the sigh, and that's the false chords being engaged. It's like this deep rattling sensation in our chest cavity and in the voice, in the breathing apparatus that's being engaged, and those are the false chords being engaged. So we can roll with that, and we can see what we can do with that for the rest of the session
All right.
because I want to see what we can squeeze out.
Okay.
Now that we kind of have that in the back of our mind. So the false
Okay.
chord technique, let's see if we can kind of squeeze that out of us. The false chord scream. So when we do the false chord scream, it's just important to know that it is easy to feel discomfort because it's really easy to do things the wrong way. And that's okay in the
Yeah.
beginning because we're just learning how to even recreate these sounds the right way, the painless way. And
Calibrating.
exactly, we're just calibrating everything. We're trying to find that sweet spot in our voice
All
to
right.
just get these sounds out. And that's okay. It's going to happen. It's part of the learning curve. But the false chord, it's a little steeper learning curve than the fry. It doesn't mean we can't learn it. Just telling you. So if you feel some weird things going on, some discomfort, stuff like that, it should be expected. But
Yeah.
again, we're not trying to taste blood, lose our voice, or cough up a
Yeah.
lung here. So what we're gonna do to get the false chord technique kind of down is we're gonna combine three different steps of getting the false chord technique down. So the first step is just breathing the right way. We did this already, and it's just hand on the chest, hand on the belly button, and then when you breathe in, get that belly full with air, and then make an S sound and let all that air out. Not quickly, not as hard as you can,
Yeah.
but definitely nice and controlled. And that's going to be the first step, proper breath support. We got that down. Step two is you want to create compression in the voice. And what is compression? Well, compression is a fancy word for what happens when we close our vocal cords, when we squeeze them together. Think of like two really big pieces of bacon that are like raw in our throat, and those are the vocal cords just hanging down and just like slapping everywhere and flapping all over the place. We want to
Yeah.
hold them really close together and really taut. So we want to make sure there's a lot of tension when we squeeze them together. And the easiest way to engage compression or to create that sensation and pulling them together is by just pretending like you're lifting up a desk. And if you're by a desk, it might help a little bit too. Um, or if you're by like something you can just kind of like hold on to. But when we lift something up, like I'm at a desk right now, we kind of already create compression in the voice. It's kind of like taking a shit. And when we
Yeah.
do that, we create compression in the voice. We're causing these vocal cords to just come together, and that's what we want to do.
Okay.
So when we pretend we're lifting something up or going to the bathroom, like this, what we want to do next is we want to create the bass sound of the false chord as we're creating the compression, as we're lifting something up. And the best way to do this is by recreating for the false chord scream is by recreating the bass sound, the caveman sound or the sigh, whatever's easier for you.
Yeah.
Recreating that sound while we're lifting something up. And while we're doing that, it might help also too to lower the larynx. And what lower the larynx means is just means kind of like yawning, like this. So when you kind of like yawn a little bit, when you kind
Oh.
of yawn a little bit, and then you create the false chord bass sound.
Oh.
When you create the
Oh.
that sound
Oh.
while you're lifting something up and also kind of yawning, then you can get the false chord scream out. So let's try it. I'm gonna listen to what's going on, and I'll jump in where I have to kind of like guide you if there's anything wrong going on. But again, you might feel some discomfort. It might be like, oh, damn, that wasn't really the most comfortable feeling in the world. And that's going to be as expected, but we never want to dig too deep into that pain. We want to push through that pain. We want to just find where we can place our voice to make these sounds as painless and effortless as possible. So take your time with it. I'm going to listen to it. And I just want you to try and make the letter A, say the letter A, as you're lifting
Hey.
yeah, as you're lifting this up,
Hey.
as you're lifting that up, and as you're
Hey.
recreating the sound as you're lifting it up at the same time.
Hey.
So, yeah, dude, right on, man.
Hey.
Do that again.
Hey.
How's that feel, man?
I felt fine.
There's no
It
pain or
didn't feel forced.
discomfort?
No, no, that felt fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's try and hold that out for 5 seconds, and I'll count with you as we do that, all right?
Lost it. Fuck. I got
Almost
to
there.
work on my holding my. I got to work on my breath control.
Yeah, breath control isn't about,
Hey.
how much air you let out. In music, it's about how much air you withhold. So just so you know, that's the
Huh.
right way to approach it. So I'm gonna send
Huh.
you again a really good amount of resources to help you kind of get started with your voice, man. Because I really want to see you succeed, bro. You know what I mean? Like you're a
Oh
good
no,
guy,
I'm
man.
going to.
And
It's just a matter of time, bro. Cause I
oh
got a
yeah,
vision. I'm going to. I got some things to say to the world. Goddamn it, they're gonna hear it.
hell yeah, dude.
Whether
I'm
they
glad.
like it or not, they're gonna fucking hear it.
That's what I like, man. And I'm glad I can be a part of that journey, dude. I mean, that's what's up,
Fuck yeah.
man. Right on, dude. Let's try it again, and let's just focus on seeing if we can make that same sound, but with a little less air this time.
Yeah. I gotta just go back to making it. Hold
You're doing good, man.
on.
Yeah, dude.
Shit, I nailed it the first time. Fuck.
Yeah. Try and get some more.
I think
Yeah,
I think trying to hold it out is fucking me up mentally. You know, because I'm skipping the part where I get it to begin with.
that's all right, man.
You
Take
know,
your time
I'm
with it.
already trying to jump to holding it out. You know.
Yeah, man. Take your time,
Um.
one step at a time. It might even help you too to do everything slowly, like what in like in like a recipe kind of sequential order. So if you want to
Yeah.
pretend like you're lifting something up, like
Yeah.
you wanna create this old man voice, and then you wanna yeah, there we go, and then we want to do that. Yeah, man. Those sound very like Corey Taylor-esque, very like I don't know if you listen to Slipknot, if you like Slipknot. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. That's my favorite band for sure.
dude, me too, man. I love that band since I was a kid, dude. So I listened to them when I was like 10. But what you're doing sounds very reminiscent of the Iowa Screams, but the right way, the painless way. Because when
Yeah.
Corey recorded it, he distorted his voice. It took him 15 years to fix his
Yeah.
voice after that. So you're
Oh,
doing it the
really?
right way. Yeah, it took 15 over a
Holy fuck
decade.
nugget.
That's how bad he
God
fucked up
damn.
his voice, dude. Yeah.
Holy fuck. It was a good scream though.
Oh yeah. I mean,
He
it
done
sounded
good.
good, but zero technique,
Yeah.
dude. It was
No,
just it
well,
was
yeah.
just
Yeah.
yelling,
You want
bro.
to do it and maintain your voice for sure.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to take 15 years to recover from an injury like that. Yeah. You know what I think might help you out too, man? Let's take a pause really quick. What I think might help you too to get more more bite, like more aggression in that is I want you to pretend like let's just shift gears for a second real quick. When you when you like glug something like glug 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 glug, like
Yeah,
you want to pretend like you're glugging a drink and you want to make that sound. Nice, dude. Is that a what you got there? Is that water or vodka?
that's water.
Okay, okay.
That's
Awesome.
just water.
I thought you were downing like some gin or something, being like, this guy, I
No,
like this guy
I'm
already.
not a drinker. I'm a weed smoker, man. I don't drink much.
Right on, man. I wish I could smoke weed, man. It's just it gives me really bad anxiety and problems, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not for me, dude. I just feel like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
you know. I'm not really a drinker either, man. I've cut back a lot. I mean, I'll drink like in maybe like a week. Yeah, maybe like in a month I'll have like 4 drinks, you know. I don't really drink much, man, you know.
Dude, it's been fuck 8 months or so since I've had a drink.
Nice, man. Congrats, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I never had a problem with it just because my family's so ate up with it that I never wanted to be like that, you know?
Yeah, man, I grew up with that too. I saw that in my household,
Yeah.
man. So, um, I definitely didn't want to end up like that, like in a situation
Yeah, exactly,
where
exactly.
that, where that was like an idol, that governed my life, like we talked about on the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man. So when you make that glugging sound, glug, 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 glug.
Glug, 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 glug,
What I
glug,
want you
glug,
to
glug.
do is I want you to take a mental screenshot of that glugging sound, of what you feel happening when you make that glug sound. Glug, 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 glug,
Okay.
glug, 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 glug. And then
Glug,
what I
glug, glug,
want you
glug,
to
glug, glug,
do
glug.
is I want you to do everything you were just doing, but now place it in that spot that you feel all that action when you glug.
Uh, glug,
Uh,
glug, glug. Uh,
yeah, dude.
oh, yeah.
Dude, how did that feel?
That felt fine. It didn't feel pained or anything.
Dude, this is so fucking crazy, bro. This is the fastest I've ever taught someone the false chord scream. That's it. That's the false chord scream what you're doing. Obviously, we have to refine it, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's it. Like you know how to scream now, dude. Just so you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So congrats to you, man. That's the false chord scream. We just had to refine it and polish it up. But you know how to scream.
okay.
You know how to "Ey, ey, ey, oh, you." You know how to do that. We just got to
Okay.
refine it. But that's it, dude. That's the false chord scream. So congratulations
Fuck
to
yeah.
you learning the hardest scream technique with zero voice experience. This has never happened to me before. So congrats to you, man. I never taught a
Yeah.
client like that fast, bro. So you're
No, no, I
definitely,
appreciate it.
yeah, man. Congrats to you, bro. Let's focus on that and let's practice trying doing that again with less air this time so we can hold it out.
Okay. Glug, 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 glug. Uh, uh,
Nice, man.
Look, I
Progress.
got about a 3 count on him. Got about a
Yeah,
3 count.
about a three, 4 count, man. Really
Yeah,
good progress from like literally 2 minutes ago. You're doing like two or three, just
yeah,
a couple seconds ago. But really good
yeah,
stuff, man. Really good progress, dude. Um, but yeah, man, that's the false chord stream. There's a lot more that we obviously have to unpack here, but you got
yeah.
it.
That's just the basics. Yeah.
Yeah, 90% of the work though is knowing how to even make the scream, like just getting it out painlessly
Okay.
and effortlessly. So just so you know,
Okay.
you're beyond like past the learning curve, man. Just so you know, like you're making really good progress, and this is
Yeah.
something we're celebrating, man. So
Fuck yeah.
congrats to you,
Fuck yeah.
man. This is really good progress, man. And that's 90% of the work. The other stuff, dude, the other shit, the other 10%, it's really not even complicated stuff. It's just understanding biomechanics, like how to get the sounds you want to make by changing the shape of the mouth,
Yeah.
certain activations in the throat, certain muscles that you want to use, and things like that, tongue positions. But that's the false chord, man. So congrats to you, dude, on that. Really, really
Okay.
good stuff, man. Really proud of you, bro.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. No,
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it. My goals was in a year I wanted to be able to do covers and my own original songs. So
Yeah.
if I'm able to get there before a year, then I'm already surpassing my goals. You know, I
Yeah,
gave
man.
myself a fair year because I figured it'll take at least a year to really dial my voice in.
Well, man, I mean, we're shaving off some time, a lot of time
Fuck
off
yeah.
of that, just so you know,
Fuck yeah.
man. So,
Now
um,
if I can start dropping some covers here in a couple months, I'll be stoked.
Hell yeah, dude, for sure, man. That's the right attitude, man. And
Yeah.
I think that if you stay consistent with it, with anything you do in life, like anyone that works hard
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
really determined, bro, you always get what you want. The key is just literally not giving up, man. I mean, if you notice anyone that's accomplished whatever they wanted, they just didn't stop, and
Yeah.
you got it, bro. That's really the
Well,
key to it.
that's the thing is you have to accept it's possible for one, and that's the thing with me is I never accepted it was possible. So just I honestly I'm gonna be honest with you. What it was there's a band called the Pretty Wild. Check them out. They're a badass. I like to call them new metal because they sound very new metal to me, but they call themselves baddie metalcore. But it's a sister duo, and they're just amazing singers. But these girls can scream too. So I saw them having all this fun, dude, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna go have some of this metal fun with them. Let's go.
Yeah, man, and we're doing that right now. We're living that. That's the
Fuck
reality,
yeah.
bro. We're doing all that stuff right now.
Now I appreciate your help, sir. Thank you, man.
Yeah, anytime, dude. We can always keep in touch, man. And I would text you, bro, but I don't have a US number, so it would all be through
No, no, I
WhatsApp.
hear you, and I can't do a whole bunch of apps on my phone, or else it fucks up with my time or eats up my data, and I can't make videos
Uh, no worries,
because I
man.
have to be able to. I have to be able to make like at least an hour long videos, but we can absolutely communicate over email and stuff. And once I get a better phone and shit, I'll be able to get more apps going. But I've cut out a lot of stuff just to make sure I have room on my phone so I can make videos because I've been making videos on my YouTube for a year and a half now. I just started the podcast, which gives me a central focal point. And I haven't written so much since I started that podcast, man. I've been writing so much, which is good. It's making me write. And on the last podcast, I mentioned this point, and it came to me like an epiphany. It's reading is for dummies, writing is for creators, writing is for rulers. If all you do is read, then all you're doing is taking other people's programming. But once you start writing, now you're making your own programming.
I like that a lot, man. And we can even extrapolate that further, right? Like producers are
Mm,
dummies, creators are geniuses. And when
yeah,
like when you consume, you're a dummy because you're only consuming,
yeah,
right? You're not producing. When you're a
exactly. Yeah,
producer, you're a genius. So that's what that really means. Like when you
you
write,
just
you're
took it to meta
producing,
levels, dude.
you
There's
know?
meta levels for everything, and you just started hitting on them. I like that.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, so, you never want to be a consumer. You want to be a producer, and producing is
Yeah, yeah,
writing and
yeah,
then creating, right? The process of creation.
yeah.
That's what that is, man. So really good shit there, man. But yeah,
I
man.
appreciate your help, sir.
Yeah, man. Anytime, dude. I think that this is a good stopping point for us just because I want to push too far and start, getting too crazy with stuff, man. But yeah, dude, are you fully decentralized then? Like you're off the grid, but you got electric. So like, are you into like Bitcoin too, or like, are you fully like decentralized or, bank
Just
account stuff like
I'm not
that?
able to be like I charge my phone at a neighbor's house down the road.
Yeah.
I don't have electric whatsoever. I haven't had in like 8 years,
Uh,
and it wasn't part of the plan to be without electric. I'm supposed to be off grid with electric. I just haven't got there yet. So I just told myself I'm gonna rough it until I get all my off grid shit set up, and I have been.
right on, man. That's super cool, dude. It's kind of like, you're kind of doing like some homesteading stuff too, right? Like kind
Oh,
of like,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's just me and my dogs out here in the middle of nowhere, out in the mountains, man.
Right on, man. I got a buddy that lives in Pennsylvania. He was in a couple bands too, but he's off the grid now, as well. And he does content about being off the grid, and he's kind of living that same life, man. Like has
Yeah,
his own chickens, own farm, like wife and kids, like literally just all self-sufficient and really big into decentralization and cryptocurrency and stuff like that too, man. So really interesting stuff, man. It's super super cool.
yeah. That's just the life I wanted to live ever since I was a kid, dude. Like I told you, when I was a kid, I ran away from home, stole all my mom's money, and I was going out to the fucking woods, bro.
Right on, man. That's what's up, dude. But yeah, man, it sounds like something you've always wanted, man, for yourself. So I'm glad that,
No,
you're
no.
living it.
Thank you for showing me that I can actually make some kind of fucking progress on screaming sounds. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
Because
man.
like I was saying, it just you got to believe you can do it. If you don't believe you can do something, then you'll never put the work in to actually achieve it. Because everything is hard work.
Yeah, man. Everything starts in the mind. If you believe you can't
Yeah,
do something, you already lost the battle. You're never gonna
yeah,
win because you already aren't even betting on yourself or believe that you're incapable of that or whatever it
yeah,
is, right?
So step number one, believe.
Yeah, yeah,
No, no, no. Believe. What is it? Conceive, believe, achieve.
that's it, man. That's it, dude. And
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's I think that's the key to a high vibration, high frequency as well, too, dude.
yeah.
To a high meta
And
level.
I think that's what we're here for as creators because I think the only worship that is actually possible is creators creating. That is the one true creators worship accepted in my mind. You know, because I wanted to tell you while we were on the podcast, I agree with you. We are all God. You know, I agreed with you 100%. I just had to kind of stick to my content itinerary, but I just wanted to stop you right there and be like, "Fuck yeah, brother, we're all God."
Right on, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of that, like free will, I guess you can say like individualism kind of like approach to life, like that transcends a lot of religions, and
Yeah,
I don't want to tie myself down to one religion that it could possibly transcend. Like I have other things too. Like I don't believe in harming people. You know what I mean? Like I think that
yeah,
even if you're making money, dude, like or whatever it is you're doing in life, like for to help get you to where you want to live and to help you experience the most pleasure possible. You shouldn't do that at the expense of other people's well-being too. So
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's a combination
Exactly.
of a lot of different things, man. I mean, that itself, like
That's just
believe,
basic karma.
yeah, like even like believing that you're center of your own universe, that kind of falls in line with the individualism of like Satanism. But at the same time, like I also practice like elements of Stoicism and Christianity. Like the Book of Proverbs is a great book, religion aside, and a lot of
We'll
different
check
things,
it
man.
out. Believing that you're the center of the universe is only a bad thing if you think that the rest of the universe is separate from you. Okay, but if you see the rest of the universe as a part of you, if you see every other person as an alternate you, then naturally you're not going to want to hurt them because you're just going to see that as hurting yourself, which is how I view things.
Yeah, exactly. That energy exchange, that like we kind of talked about a bit. I don't want to like yap too much
Yeah.
on the podcast because I can yap a lot. So I was
Oh,
kind
no,
of
that's what it's for, brother. If you come on again, just yap away. That's what it's for, brother.
right on, man. I appreciate it, dude. For giving me that space, man. When I get a chance, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it,
Well,
man.
there's going to be more podcasts. I plan on getting a bunch of big names. I really wanted like a Christian, a biblical Christian, because I already had Gnostic Christians, Muslim, Jew, atheist. On my last one, I had an atheist on. I want a Satanist. I want Native Americans. I want Hindus. I want to get everyone because it's the theology council. It's getting everyone together to discuss things. You know,
Yeah.
it's not coming. It's not a debate format because I'm not coming from it from a viewpoint of someone is wrong and someone is right. I'm coming at it from a viewpoint of everyone is right and let's just talk about it. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of just an open space, to think out
Yeah,
loud.
yeah, yeah. Because a lot of there's everyone's all buddied up with each other and they're not talking to the other groups. You know
Everyone lives
they're
in their
all
own
self.
bubble. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone is self segregating, and I'm trying to pop their bubbles and get some bubbles mixed together.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I mean that's the truth, bro. And the US is it's all that. I mean, there's so many different cultures and walks of
Yeah,
life and theologies and ways of thinking that it really is a place that's really unlike any other place in the world, man. In Colombia, you don't really see much of that. Everyone here is
yeah,
Latino and Roman Catholic, and everyone
yeah.
likes to fuck women and party and drink alcohol, and that's really it. Like, there's really nothing else to it. There's no other layer, really, in society here other than those things.
It's more homogenous culturally. You mean?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
100%, 100%, no doubt. I mean, even like in the capital, like where it's an international city, um, less than 3% of the population speak English. So it's definitely very homogenous for sure. It's definitely it's noticeable. It's definitely
yeah.
a different world for a lot of people that aren't used to that or grew up in that. But yeah, man, dude, it's been a rad session, man. Now is
Yeah,
your
I
now,
appreciate your time, brother.
yeah, man, anytime, dude. I mean, I love hanging out with new clients, man, and chatting, man, and teaching you guys a couple things how to make some crazy animal sounds and whatnot, and
Fuck yeah, brother.
and and
I
and
love
how to yell, dude. But yeah, dude. Now is your turn, bro. I mean, you have the floor, man. For any questions, comments, concerns, dude. I'm gonna send you notes. I'm gonna send you a
Okay,
Woo transfer link with what I was able to record our
awesome.
sessions, so you can download them and rewatch them if you need to. And if you have any questions, man.
Are you okay with me posting that on my channel? Our sessions.
Yeah, 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 for sure, dude. That's totally fine. They're a little bit
Okay.
longer. You know, so if that's okay,
Well, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, well, just I want a record of my journey because I really wanted my first sessions recorded. That way, people can see how much I suck. Because I know I'm going to get better later.
Mm.
And like as a person just starting out, like where I'm at right now, no one likes recording the initial parts where they sucked. You know, they just have all the stuff coming out later where they found their voice. So I wanted to let people know that you can suck and then you keep on sucking it, then you suck the holy flying fuck out of it, and then you're banging that motherfucker. You know.
Yeah, man. No, I mean that's totally fine with me, man. That's not an issue at all, dude. You know, so
And it's also advertisement for you because anyone watch my channel, they'll be like, all right, well, here's a good vocal coach, you know?
yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, I'll send it to you, and man, do whatever you want with it, man. I mean, I don't really got a
All right.
problem with it,
Cool,
you know.
cool, brother. I appreciate it. And for everyone watching later, check out Blair University. This right here is Joe. As you can see, cool ass motherfucker. So,
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm a little sick. I think I have like COVID 2.0, man, and you know, dude, I've had COVID already like 3, 4 times. Like, I'm not
oh,
vaccinated
fuck.
personally. I'm not vaccinated.
Oh,
Um,
fuck no.
yeah, so I'm fine. You know, nothing ever too crazy happened to me, but
It's called natural immunity, goddamn.
yeah, but whatever's going around, man, it's definitely no fun. I'm not like, you know, dying
Yeah.
or whatever, but it's just sucks. It's like a little extra
Annoying.
strong cold. Yeah, it's just an
Yeah.
annoying extra cold, man.
Yeah.
Um, you know, but
Hey,
yeah, man.
I'm definitely going to be working on the stuff you showed me, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
will send everything to you tonight as I wrap up the rest of my sessions. I got to send notes out to the rest of my clients here today.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, and yeah, dude, we'll keep in touch, bro. Whenever you're ready for next session, let me know. I know
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
situation is a little crazy right now. Got a lot of things
Oh,
going
yeah.
on, but let me know, man, when you're ready, and we'll schedule the next session as soon as you're available, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I'll get to you for my next session as soon as I can. I don't got no money coming to me right now, but I will eventually. And when I do, I'll schedule my next one for you. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, anytime, dude. And free content. I'm consistently uploading content. I'll be uploading some
Yeah,
more
yeah.
content
No, I've
this
been
week,
checking you
so
out.
definitely capitalize on that to get some free value as you can, man. You know, they're not going to be as in
Well,
depth as like the one-on-ones that we have, but definitely
yeah,
some
for
good
sure.
value.
Yeah. Hey, I was wondering what inspired you to start your channel. I was just wondering.
What inspired me to start my channel, man, is so I've been listening to this music since I was a kid. I've been listening to rock and metal since I was like 9, 10 years old. So like 17, like pretty much my entire adult life, my entire life. I started listening to rock and metal when I was like 5, 6 years old, man. And since I was a
Oh yeah.
kid, since I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, I always knew I was gonna look like Ollie Sykes, right? Or like Mitch Lucker. I always was like, I want to look like them. I want to do what they're doing. I just want to fucking yell and make crazy sounds into a microphone. I just always had that vision in my mind. And
No, me too, dude.
yeah,
Honestly,
man.
me too. I just never had the confidence, bro. I coming from a family of non-singers. I didn't have any examples around me, but like I didn't have anyone to work on shit with me. But it's always been in the back of my head. Like I've always been a rock star. Eh, I just haven't been rocking yet. You know,
Just had to
I'm just a late
materialize
bloomer.
it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just a late bloomer. It's cool.
Hey,
How old are you,
man.
Jeff?
27.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
so
almost 40.
hey, man. 30 something years young, man. That's it. You know,
Damn straight, bro.
age is just a number. It's not a mentality, man. And we can always, you know, if we just go through life with that, man, we're never going to be behind or whatever. You should never even compare yourself to other people too, man. But you're starting
Yeah,
now, man, and there are people that will just, you know, die and never even started or attempted, you know, doing what they wanted to
yeah,
do. And it's
yeah.
something you
Exactly.
wanted to do,
And better
man.
late than never is like the motto for my life. Better late than never.
Yeah, man, for sure. But that's really kind of what inspired me, man. You know, like I wanted to do it for myself. And then once I was able to
That's
figure
awesome.
it out, I was like, you know, like a lot of people that are doing this, like they're kind of not marketing correctly. Like, you know, like not everyone can pay $2,000 for a course. Not everyone can pay $100
Oh
per
yeah.
hour, you know, and
Oh yeah.
that was kind of my mentality. It was like, you know, I think in life, man, if you intend on starting a business, you should either be able to solve a rich person's problem or you should be able to solve a lot of people's problem, you know? And I think
Yeah.
that this isn't a rich person's dilemma. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
common 14 to 40 something, you know, adults just passion that they want to do, and they shouldn't have to pay crazy
Yeah.
prices to be able to be happy and do things that make them happy. You know, something that they want to pursue, which is a creative pastime, creative hobby, which is music.
Absolutely, man.
So that's kind of what inspired me, man. You know, I just like to give the most value I can to people, and um, at a price that is a no-brainer. You know, that's kind of what inspired it.
Yeah,
I try to be. I went to
yeah, yeah.
school to be a
No,
teacher too, so I try to teach things in the most
okay.
simplest way possible too.
No, because there's a lot of other vocal coaches out there that are just fucking like $3,000 up front and shit. It's like, God damn, you just put the bar of entry so high that most average people can't fucking swing that, you know?
Yeah, man, and I agree with that. You know, a lot of people tell me like I have clients that like, dude, you should be charging 100 an hour or 200 an hour, and I'm like, man, you know, like I could, but like maybe now's not the time for that, you know, and it's just
Yeah,
that's not what I want to do. I want to help as many people as possible. You know, and I worked for a tech company, and they don't do marketing. This specific company doesn't do marketing. Their marketing is word of mouth. They don't have any ads. They started ads maybe in the past year, you know, and they were always word of mouth, and they've grown to one of the biggest companies in the world without any ads or advertising. And I think that that's just
oh
always
wow.
going to be the best way to
Yeah.
grow a business, and
Well,
that's
you do good
100%.
business, then you don't have to advertise. Your clients will advertise for you, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So I started on a platform online called Fiverr, and I just started on there. I started in July, a couple months ago, and then I
Yeah.
became the best-selling vocal coach in like the year in like 5 months, 4 months. And I was like, you know,
Damn.
maybe I'm onto something here. And then
Fuck yeah.
I was getting on YouTube, and then I just want to see if I can help people out on YouTube, man, you know? So, but yeah, the link is on there. It's on my channel to see that, like where I
Yeah,
started
yeah.
off at, and you can see the reviews there, man. And, um,
Fuck yeah.
but yeah, man, everything's verifiable. No bullshit here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, thanks, sir. I really appreciate your time. I know you got some shit to get to and whatnot. Thank you for telling me a little bit about your story. I want to know that for me, but I'm sure but my viewers will want to know more about you also, you know. But I will definitely keep in touch, brother. I appreciate your time, man. I'm gonna be working on what you showed me too. I really appreciate that because that gives me, you know, at least a starting point, something to jump off of, you know.
Yeah, man, you're off to an awesome start, dude. I'm really proud of you, man. Congrats on all the progress you made this session. You unlocked your false
Yeah,
chord today from zero, which is crazy.
yeah.
And we're just gonna refine that, man, and keep building on that and keep the momentum going, man. So,
I,
um,
I I will send. I want to send you a link to one of my videos, which I do this weird fucking chanting type shit that mushrooms taught me that. You know, years ago when I was a teenager, mushrooms taught me this, and it's the only kind of vocal thing that I do. But it's really maybe that kind of prepared me for the false chord a little bit. Some of the shit I do in there. But I just want to send you one of those videos. Check it out in your free time, and that'll just kind of I don't know. Tell me what you think about it. You know, whenever you get around to it.
yeah, for sure, man. Tell me that. I think that a lot of vocalists that we admire, like they started off similarly. Like they don't know what they were necessarily doing, but like once they
Yeah.
kind of understood what they were doing, they could do it with intention then, you know, once they kind of like
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
dove into it with the magnifying glass. But yeah, man, I'll definitely check it out, dude. I'll send you those notes. I'll send you the recorded session for you to download. But yeah, man, we'll keep in touch, dude. Dane, it was awesome getting to meet you, bro. And
Yeah,
you
fuck yeah,
know,
bro.
and I apologize for taking a little bit too much up of your time tonight. You know, I
Oh,
didn't want to go
oh
too
no, no,
over
no, no.
time.
I love it. I'm sorry for taking your time, you know, but we had some good conversations, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, man, for sure, dude. And we'll keep in touch, bro. And shoot a message with any questions, comments, concerns, bro, and get back to you as soon as possible, right, man?
Okay, we'll do, and I'll be working on it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
anytime, man. Have a good rest of your night. Have an
Fuck yeah,
awesome week,
fuck yeah.
and we'll keep in touch, brother.
No, no, you made my day, bro. To be honest, you fucking made my day. I was kind of having a shitty day, but you made it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, anytime, man. I'm glad I can help out, dude. Later, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Good night, bro.